Hello everyone, and welcome to a Zeepkist Cup of the Day, or Cup of the Month, or however often we're doing this now, I have no idea. This is a rather impromptu Cup of the Day, hosted by Kernkob, so I don't think the lobby's going to be very big. There's 29 players currently, heading into the map. Maybe. I don't know. This is a very long podium. Okay, here we go. Now we can say welcome to Cup of the Day. Sandals is Slacking by Kernkob is the map name. I must agree with the sentiments, seeing as it's been a month since we've done a Cup of the Day. Okay, this is a very Kernkob feeling map already. I don't like outer tube. That scares me. Oh, that's an aggressive outer tube. Okay. The classic Kernkob jump. Oh yeah, this is very classic Kernkob. That's interesting. Oh, I see. That's the risky. Alright. I see this. So being Kernkob's map, that means Kern will not be playing. At the moment, Maki and Yanja not in the lobby either, or Zoman, so there's not really a lot of the big-time Cup of the Day players here to take another win. It's kind of anybody's game today. Round's probably the favorite. He has 3 Cup of the Day wins. And of course we'll see if more people join the lobby, because this is kind of a last-minute announcement. Hi, YOLO. Don't like this outer tube. Well, realistically, I don't like outer tube, just as a general rule. Feels like that's a very precise angle. I'm gonna give this a good amount of breaks just to see what I'm doing. Yeah, I probably want to do more like what RT's line was. Am I gonna get speed checked on any of these jumps now? I think I should be good. That was not a speed check, that was my own skill issue. I feel like I just gotta keep spending attempts at this tube at full speed. Like that, see? Perfect. Totally just gonna do that every time now with no problem whatsoever. Well, this map is gonna be all about reducing airtime. It's gonna be a real pain to get fast times consistently. Don't think that risky's too bad though. And apparently that's second fastest. No, don't tell them. Ugh. Every single jump is going to be like that, because you want to be as low as possible pretty much every time you leave the track. That was a bit high. Oh, that was a bit all over the place. Probably get more speed by jumping to the right. Getting that downhill kind of quarter pipe piece. Okay, a lot of skidding. I actually think the risky's pretty easy. I should be able to do that consistently. Problem is the rest of the track. That jump is probably not going to be a problem for me as I get further. I'm just being aggressive with it. I do want to catch the downhill like that. Somehow I've done that 3 times in a row. I'm going to try getting this extra bit of down... Oh, plus 10 speed. Okay, cool. Oh, and then the road goes to the right there. Okay. Okay. No. Decently smooth run. Could be a lot better still. Third place. Of course, like I said earlier, very much not a stacked lobby. So I actually probably should be closer to around the top 5. I usually shoot for top 10 in Cup of the Day, but with there being a lot of the best players not here right now, maybe I shoot for more like a top 5. Yeah, okay, that quarter pipe piece is actually, I think that gives you a lot of speed. Second half of that run was pretty clean, though. It's all about this tube, at least for me it is, because I really struggle at outer tubes. I don't know how I've done this so many times in a row. Okay, maybe it's... I'm not sure what's faster there. Because that time I was not up a whole bunch of speed, even though it seemed to do that jump pretty smoothly. I'm gonna try something stupid. Close. I don't even know if that would be faster if I hit it, but close. Try to drop off the left side. Okay, that was good. Try to catch some downhill. Jump as low as possible. I mean, it's just the whole track is just jump as low as possible. I really like that transition. I don't know where the 44s are coming from. You could probably save a lot of time, actually. A lot of speed on that outer tube. I was more inside at the second half of that. Ooh. Okay. Coming up on one more run in the warm-ups. I'll be honest, I did not even see what time I just put down. It was close to PB, but it wasn't quite PB. Okay. Well, I guess that's warm-ups done. Trying to see a couple of these guys in front of me what they're doing. but everybody's at the end of a run, so it doesn't help me too much. 7th in warm-ups. Hydro looking like definitely the fastest in the warm-up round. And then round being 2nd. Those are probably the 2 favorites to watch going forward. 34 players in the lobby now. So it's actually pretty decent size. Usually capped at 42. Actually, do I want to see players? I might want to see players. For those of you who don't know how this works, because I did not explain at the beginning of the video, we get the 10 minutes to learn the map, and then 2-minute knockout rounds. The bottom 4 players get eliminated in the first round. And then we keep going until there's 1 player left. That was the best I've gotten, at least the second half of the tube. Hydro jumps a lot further to the right. It's much more straight line for him. That was a pretty high jump. But first round is always about just getting a finish. 45-9. I'm not too unhappy with that. Of course, I'd like to be consistently in the low 44s, because I think that's where people like Round and Hydro are going to be. I don't know where Hydro is, actually. He seemed to have not completed that run. Maybe messed up the risky. Okay, let's do it like this, much more straight line. Let's not do it like that, actually. Hydro does have a time second fastest. With only a low 45, so we were into the 43s, or Hydro at least was into the 43s in the warm-up phase. Gosh, I can't do this jump anymore. So, not really putting in the best times in the first round. Whole ton of DNFs, wow. That's a bit of a surprise. And that's why round 1 is all about getting a time, because there could have been only 4 players eliminated, and instead, who knows, because Cup of the Day mod's kind of broke. The mod always struggles on the first try. That is true. That was clean. We were unsure as if this is an official round or not. I think it is. It's just not doing the text. So this is still official. Oh no, it is doing text. Maybe... I don't know what's going on. Point is, this is official Cup of the Day rounds. Which means I gotta stop failing this tube. That line feels really nice. A much straighter line through a couple set of jumps there. That was kind of a bad transition. Decent jump to the finish. 45.9 will keep me in for a little while. This will be the last round of 4 eliminations. It'll become 2 eliminations for the top 13 or however many are left. Maybe a little bit too much arms up there. I feel like I could have landed that sooner. Up a lot of speed and time. Again, bad jump. But good jump to the finish, 44.5. So if I could somehow do that consistently for the rest of the Cup of the Day, I should be at a pretty good chance for at least top 5. Hydro still looking like the favorite so far. Ow. It's hard not to be greedy on that jump because this is a gravity powered track except for maybe a fan at the start. So every bit of speed you get carries all the way to the end of the track. But of course for me in particular, this tube is the toughest part. So I kind of want to get more chances at the tube because now I only get 1 run. That was pretty nice, though. I haven't been paying attention to, like, anything checkpoint split related, so I have no idea if this is a good run or not. That's gonna make it not a good run. Don't think I lost too much doing that, though. Okay, 44.7. I don't know. That felt like a bad run to me, but it's pretty close to what I did last time. And it's 3rd place on the leaderboard. Let's try not to do that. Hydro 43.2. Alright. We're getting into real fast times now. That's actually the... Or 43.4, sorry. That's actually the first time that somebody has beat Author, which is a 43.547. Oops, joking left the game. Not sure why that was. Looks like 49s are getting eliminated still, 48s, so... Still got a couple rounds, I think, where it looks like 46s are going to be getting eliminated. Yeah, I thought that was too low a jump. Tried to correct with more arms up. That was too late to correct that. That was pretty nice. Landed on a good bit of the downhill. 103, I'm going to remember that speed. Jeez, this tube. 103 again. Could have been better, but I'm just going to take this run because I want the finish. And because only 4 people have finished so far. Oh, that was sucky. No! Oh my god, there's no way that just happened. That's so sad. That is sad. 47 is gonna get through. Maybe just anybody with a time is gonna get through. Yeah, anybody with the time gets through. I certainly would have had a 47. That is sad. Well, you know, I say my goal is usually top 10, so... there you go, I guess. Okay, we're back. Sorry I missed most of that round, but... we are back, and... as per usual in my Cup of the Day videos, just ignore the leaderboard at this point, because that doesn't tell you anything useful. It is top... I was eliminated in 10th. So it should be top 7 advance, which means St. Nicholas is in trouble. I am going to start the leaderboard tracking. It's going to be a round behind, but it will at least clean up some of the clutter. I drove 43.3. I believe that is the best we've seen so far, and almost a second ahead of round. Yeah, way better than anything we've seen so far. Still only 2 people have even gotten 43s, so... Hydro in a good place to potentially get his first win. Nails and St. Nicholas eliminated. It is now top 5 advance. This is the last round of 2 eliminations. These are the 7 players still in it. These are 6 of the 7 players still in it, I think. Oh no, 7 of 7. All of them are here. Hydro and Round in the lead, not much of a surprise. Pulling away from the rest of the pack. Reed Freak in 3rd, kind of on his own, and ooh, a reset from Hydro, I believe. Putting a little bit of pressure on him to get a time now, as Round will be the first to get a finish. 43.3 himself now, really contesting for what would be his 4th Cup of the Day win, and only 4 of the top 7 get a finish. Let's go to Hydro. Around the tube. I'm sure he's not having any trouble with that like I was. He gets a little bit of the quarter pipe piece on the right side. And coming up on the time to reset. So this is where he reset last time. He can reset here one more time if he jumps too low. He jumps too high, debatably. Although I did that once and it didn't lose me a whole lot of time, so he's probably still on pretty good pace. But ultimately just needs to get a finish, and he's in 3rd with a 44.4. There are 2 people who don't have a time right now, and I'm not entirely sure who's in the top 7. Ronan is one of those. He gets a time, but only last. Oh, and actually because my leaderboard's messed up, all 7 do have a time. Kodiak and Ronan are out. We're down to the top 5. Unless Kodiak's coming in for another time, but he's not. Round, Reed Freak, Hydro, Wombat, and Butter, the top 5. All of them significantly into the 44s now. Round and Hydro capable of putting in low 43s, although inconsistent. We don't have anybody who is particularly consistent of the top 5, or of anybody. We don't have anybody who's particularly consistent at this track, as evidenced by 2 resets very early on. Round, Hydro, and Wombat continuing on. Again, ignore the leaderboard. It is top 4 advance, and there are 5 players. Wombat goes for a lot of the downhill. Hydro has a little bit of a bounce, and just barely doesn't clip the edge of that road piece. Hydro jumps a little higher than Wombat there. Wombat has more speed, but I don't think it's necessarily because of getting more of the quarter pipe. I think it's just because Hydro's on a bit of a scruffy run, and it is only a 45.5. So hopefully somebody... we don't have 3 DNFs in the round of 5. Butter goes for a late reset. Spectating is a little difficult because of things getting messed up with the mod. Round gets a time, another 43.3. That is world record, and he still has 1 more run to go. Reed Freak currently in second. Butter does not have a time yet on the tube now. It is too late to reset, so this is going to be his time. Wombat in a bit of trouble with the 45.6, and I think Hydro probably wanting to improve that time as well. We know he can get a low 43. I'm sure he would not want to be eliminated here off of a very bad run, but Butter is going to DNF this round. So that will leave Round, Hydro, Reed Freak, and Wombat as the top 4. See if any of them are coming in for another time. Round, and potentially Wombat getting another time. Round does not improve and does not need to because he already has world record. Hydro did improve at some point to a 44.4. So Wombat is second off the pace of the next closest, but not from a particularly good run either. So I do think he can do a lot better than that. Let's spectate him here. Does look like Round maybe loads in a little bit sooner, but not a whole lot. Everyone's pretty even. And Wombat goes for an early reset as we move up to Round, Hydro, and Reed Freak. All fairly even right now. None of them navigating the tube particularly cleanly. So Hydro goes for more like my line, and Round and Reed Freak are a little bit go for higher on the tube, the quarter pipe piece. And it seems unclear which is faster. I think Hydro gained a little bit of time from that. Round does not have the cleanest ending, and that puts Round in 3rd place. Wombat currently without a time. Not entirely sure what he's capable of doing, but I imagine a low 44 is possible. He goes high on the quarter pipe piece and goes for a late reset. So he is in a bit of trouble because if he does not get a time here, he is out, and he needs at least a 44.3 to beat Round. I don't know where anybody else is, so we will keep watching Wombat. On the tube now goes low, and he is out. That is too late to reset. Wombat is definitely out unless he has some sort of 5-second saving cheese that he's waiting to pull out. Round does not know that he is not in trouble, but he will be hoping to improve his time here. He is capable of the low 43s. Hydro gets a 43.9. Nice low jumps from Round. Does clip there, and that will... I'm not entirely sure what happened. I guess he landed that. Style points Round. Good job. But it is Hydro who improves to a 43.6. Reed Freak and Round the top 3, with Wombat getting a DNF. Hydro and Round have looked like the 2 best, kind of trading back and forth who is looking faster. Reed Freak has been very consistent in that top 3 conversation as well. I do think he is a step behind as he doesn't seem to be able to put in the 43 times that Round and Hydro are doing. But with the inconsistency of both of the front runners, anything is possible still. Round goes for an early reset, Hydro pulling away a little bit early on, and looks like Reed Freak goes for the reset as well. I'll go back up and watch this tube section because this is important. I mean, I know I was struggling with it a lot, but I do think it's where a lot of the speed comes from. Round seems to get it very well there. And Reed Freak will be coming around to it now. I want to get as much of the inside of the tube as possible, and Reed Freak goes for a reset. We'll see how Round is doing coming into the end. Reed Freak seems to be a little bit more on top of the tube there, so maybe wanting to get more speed. Hydro 43.3, a very strong time to start, and Round goes for an early reset. He could have gotten a time there. Would have kept him safe from DNFing at the very least. And we see Reed Freak and Round here on what could be their final runs. Round just barely clears the crest of that hill. Let me drop back to Reed Freak so we can see both of them. Through the tube, Round a little bit higher, actually fairly similar lines there. And all three of the leaders going for completely different lines in that section. Round getting the most of the quarter pipe. Hydro doing more what I was doing and getting essentially none of it. Reed Freak with a much higher jump there and kind of looked like a bit of a bounce on the landing. Round is faster than Reed Freak here, and Hydro has a 43.3, so that will be Reed Freak out. Round and Hydro move on to the finals. Round has won 3 Cup of the Days. This would be his 4th. Hydro has not won a Cup of the Day. Actually, this is already his personal best in Cup of the Days. I think multiple 3rd place finishes, but so far none in the top 2. Hydro and Round, there's 6/10 separating them in this round, but I've seen both of them do the 43.3 times. We'll see who can do it in the finals. Round loads in sooner, but goes for an immediate reset. Can see Hydro a little bit up. I'm actually going to watch this section here as Hydro just barely clears the top of that hill. And seems to get the outer tube very well. Round, similarly, seems to do very well there. I'll keep crossing back and forth between the two. Hydro just barely clearing the crest there. And yeah, that looked like that was going to be a low jump. I thought he was going off a little bit too early. Round gets a very nice jump. Seems to be on a very good run. He comes to the ending. Clean on the final tube. Low into the finish, 43.7. Of course, I've seen both of these guys do better, but there is a lot of inconsistency in that top position so far throughout this entire Cup of the Day. Hydro, very low jump there. He seems to be the only person in the front runners who's been doing that, and I do think it's a little bit faster. Seems to be bouncing a bit, but not seeing anything particularly bad. Does not go for the full barrel roll there. And this is his final run, actually, because he's just crossed the time limit. And at 43.79, so that is Round guaranteed already the win. Congratulations, Round, on winning his 4th by potentially only 200ths, although Round may come in and try to improve his time. He, of course, does not know yet that Hydro does not have another time. Or he might if he was watching the leaderboard closely. But it looks like he's trying to improve his run. And does not improve, but does not need to. Congratulations, Round, on another Cup of the Day win. Thank you, Kernkob, as well, for hosting another Cup of the Day, since, as the title implies, Sandals is slacking. And thank you guys all for watching this video. Hopefully I see you in another one pretty soon and not a month away. Bye-bye.